Hey, it's Kyle back with episode 2 of the ReEntry Podcast, where we focus on the issues of reentry into society after prison. And I got a good friend, a reentrant, and a fellow co-worker from 700 Reentry, Cloyd Holmes, with us today. How you doing today, Cloyd?
I'm doing good. Bless.
Cloyd is a co-worker here at the 700 Reentry Center. After spending some time in federal prison, he opened up his own reentry organization. We're going to talk about both of those. Cloyd, how long did you do in federal prison?
13 years.
And when did you get done?
I think I've been done 4 months. July 6th, it was over.
Finally over. That
Finally
must have been a big weight off your shoulder.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
And so, what'd you go to prison for?
Fraud. Wire and mail fraud.
I almost pulled the same line I did on 10 Toes and said, well, you don't look like somebody that's done fraud.
And I'm going to do the same thing and say, well, what's a fraudster look like?
Me?
You don't look like a fraudster. You don't look like a fraud. I mean, what's a fraudster look like?
I don't know, but I mean, we both were in prison for fraud, and now we're both on a similar trajectory.
That's right.
Cloyd and I met at the CRB meeting for the Dismas Halfway House in Dania Beach a few months back. That was a nice event, and I was speaking that day. I think on 700 Reentry. I don't think it was the Federal Prison Tips Day, and I heard about your organization called Man Up Ministry Inc. And so, what is Man Up Ministry Inc?
Well, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're a faith-based ministry. We believe that rehabilitation starts in prison.
It does, and that's where it started for you, right?
Yes, sir. That's where I changed my life around. That's where Man Up Ministry Inc. Was manifested to me. I started to turn my life around and give my life to the Lord, to God. And I started to see people leaving prison, and a month or two later, I see that same person coming back.
It's like a revolving door for a lot of people.
Door.
But, so this is one of my problems I have with religion in prison. I got two problems with religion in prison. Mm-hmm. The first one is, as you know, you have a lot of people that find Jesus while they're in prison.
Yes, sir.
And then
jailhouse religion, they call it.
And they leave him in prison.
They call it jailhouse religion.
Right? A lot of brothers and sisters will go in, mm-hmm. and they'll find God.
And leave him right there.
And they'll leave him right there at the bunk.
I said that, I think I told the story before, that a guy left prison. Well, he went to R&D. He was in Bible study every day with us. And he went to R&D, and when they gave him all his property and stuff, he took his Bible. He had his Bible with him, and he turned to the brother that was working R&D, who was in the Bible studies as well. And he said, well, I won't be needing this anymore. And he left it right there.
And now he's probably back in prison.
Yeah, probably. Kyle, we hear the horror stories, what you just talked about. We hear about the guys. Now, because we love this kind of stuff. We hear about the jailhouse religion. We hear about the guy that goes to prison and finds God all of a sudden.
Yeah, they find God.
Yeah, they find the Lord.
So while you're talking about, I'm going to tell you what my other problem is with jailhouse religion and the prayer circle. Mm-hmm. Brother, like every unit I was at had a prayer circle, whether it was the county jail or there was a prayer circle that met in the front of every unit that I was on. And my problem with the prayer circle is that typically leading the prayer circle or talking in the prayer circle or doing the prayer circle is the cell phone man, mm-hmm. the K2 guy,
that's right.
The cigarette plug,
that's right.
The person that you could buy the answers to the test
that's right.
from.
That's right.
And just everybody that was into the bullshit in prison talking about, I ain't going to do any more trouble. I ain't going to do any more trouble. I'm leading the right way. I found Jesus and I found God. And I'm like, dude, you're full of shit.
Well, see, those stories,
that's the truth.
It's the truth. We hear about those stories. Watch this. Jesus said he came for the sick. He came for those guys. Those same people you're talking about,
right?
Those are the ones he came for. If you don't need him, or you don't do any of these things, or you don't have problems like this, then you don't need. If I could do it, if they could do it, if you could do it on your own, we wouldn't need no God. See, but they can't do it on their own, and they know that. So they turn to that because now I'm at a point where I don't know what to do. I'm in prison. You know the feds give you enough time. You don't know what to do with that time. So I turn to God. They turn to God, but their heart is not ready. They're not right. They're not ready.
Let me ask you a question. What does Man Up Ministries do?
What Man Up Ministry does is we, as you know, our motto is from the inside out. We have a program that we now implement with the halfway houses. We've been blessed enough with it. God has opened doors where the halfway houses are allowing me and Man Up Ministry to go inside of these facilities and talk to these brothers before they hit the street. As you know, when we go into these reentry programs, these classes before we leave jail, they're mandatory for us to go. And you go there, they tell you all about all the stuff that's available to you while you're
for 3 days.
When you get out, these are things that you can have when you get out that are available to you. So you should not have a problem making it. And when you get out, as
nothing.
You know, okay,
nothing.
Okay,
nothing. You know what they have when you get out? 700 reentry and Man Up Ministries.
That's what they got. That's what they have. They didn't have that before. They didn't have 700. This is why this place and things like Man Up Ministry Inc. and our commitment to what we're trying to do is such a blessing to these men and women who are being newly released to society, because all of the programs that were promised to them and they got out and said, there's nothing. Now they can come to 700. Reentry and all of those programs, Kyle, and you know it, they're now available.
So one of the things that I like about what you're doing is I talked about this in some videos that I did for 700, is when you are in prison, you do everything with 100 to 200 people a day. Mm-hmm. You go to lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You go to rec. You do everything with everybody else. When you're in prison, if you're the religious type, you have some structure. A lot of times you'll go to a Wednesday prayer meeting at the chapel and a Sunday service. Mm-hmm. But when you get to the halfway house, mm-hmm. they treat religion like a privilege. Mm-hmm. So you have to get a pass to go to the church if you want to go do religion like that. Mm-hmm. And then if you screw up, then you can't go to church because you screwed up and you can't leave the halfway house.
Right.
So you bring in religion to the halfway house. And now I know, like, you're going to Banyan every week, aren't you?
Yes, every Thursday.
Every Thursday. So they have, when you're in, the guys in Banyan, and Banyan's one of the 3 halfway houses down here in South Florida for federal inmates. Those men and women at Banyan mm-hmm. can rely on Man Up Ministries to be there every Thursday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And, right now is a difficult time for an inmate and a re-entrant. That's what we decided the other day that's the word,
like
re-entrant.
I like that.
And I'm even trying to find if I can get I'm trying to buy the domain name from somebody. Re-entrants. So you go and you see, it's a tough time for re-entrants because the halfway house is like that girl. Well, I mean, I'm gay, but that girl that takes you out and gets off touchy-feely and then doesn't do anything. And what I mean by that is because you get to the halfway house and you've got all this freedom, but then you don't. And
right.
We are like, the Halloween decorations are up, and I noticed that you can buy some Christmas trees at Walmart already. Mm-hmm. Mm. So it's the holiday time, which is my personal favorite time of the year. But it's also a time that people that are like you and I, when you're in the halfway house and you're in home confinement, and you're in prison, you struggle getting through this time of year.
Yeah, and we want to be there for these guys and to show them that there is somebody and some people that want to help, that there is help for you. Because like I said before, once a person gets out of the halfway house and you've done all this time, you go home to your wife and your children, or you go home to your girl or your baby mama or whoever you're going home to, you have a 2-week honeymoon period. where you're the best thing since Swiss cheese for 2 weeks.
You wildin'.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. And then you start waking up to envelopes sitting by the bed. And what is this? That's the light bill. There's the cable bill. And there's the little boy, the little girl. Daddy, I want those sneakers so-and-so got. I want the... And you sitting there like, wow, man, there's no help for me. So we as men say, well, you know what? I know what to do. I go back. I know how to get money now. I go back and I know how to go get me some money. And you right back in that cycle again. What we here at Man Up Ministry Inc. want to do, we want to go inside these places and show these brothers just that example that you gave of the jailhouse religion guy. See, nobody talks about the guy that went in jail, turned his life around, came home, and is doing the right thing and is staying on that track. You don't hear those stories. Those are victory stories. We like the horror story. It's why everybody watches the news. There's turmoil on the news. You call your friend right now and you tell your friend, asks you, well, how's so-and-so doing? And you say, man, that man is doing great, man. He's doing well. His family, he got a family, he's doing great. You be on the phone about
30 seconds.
Yeah. But you tell, man, he tore up, he's smoking crack, he on the corner, you be on the phone for 3 hours. Because that's what people want to hear. You understand? So we at Man Up Ministry Inc., we want to show these brothers. And I'm going to say this, at Banyan, I love those brothers.
Are they seeing it?
And they love it. They love it. I missed a week, and they had a fit. Where were you, man? I was getting texts. Where are you going? Where are you? They love it. And every time I go, there's more and more of them. Now the women starting to come. So I have my wife to come with me now because she runs the program in Man Up Ministry, the women's department. And she basically deals with women that have brothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, fathers, sons, husbands that are incarcerated.
That's a tough thing.
Because, listen, these guys that I'm dealing with, just think, watch this, Kyle. I got my mind right in prison. I got my mind right. My mind is on God, and that's what I'm striving to be a better person, a better son, a better father, a better friend. I'm just striving to be better with God, right? And I go home, and my wife says, "Here, baby, light that up." See, my life changed, but hers didn't.
Right.
See?
Your wife hitting it like that?
No, I'm just saying. No, my wife.
Miss Karen.
My wife is on the same page I'm on now. You know what I mean? But I'm giving an example of how effective and how important what she does in that department of Man Up Ministry is, because now she's trying to get these women's mind in the right direction.
And I want to talk about that for a second, because I think that what Karen is doing is so important, because she rode with you the whole time, right?
13. Well, I knew not. See, if she's listening, I'm sorry about that. She's been with me. I think my daughter's 40-something years.
40-something years. Yeah. You don't know exactly?
No, I'm 16.
Here we go get Cloyd in trouble.
It's a long time.
A long time.
She's been with me a long time, and she is heaven sent. And
let's go back to that for a second. You know, I did a video just yesterday about how many people go into prison and you lose people. People drop off. Yes. They don't talk to you anymore. Yes. They don't put money on your books. You know, for me personally, I have a big family. I have a brother and four stepsisters. Mm-hmm. And before I went to prison, I helped them all, because I had a couple big exits. I had some things going on in my life, and I helped them with mortgage payments. I helped them refinance their homes, their cars. I've saved so many cars from repossession, and I couldn't get them to put $20 fucking dollars on my books. So now they see I'm having a come up, and they're like, "Hey, Kyle, you know, I just noticed you're in a new building. You got this nice apartment, and you know, can I borrow $1,000?" Hell no.
Well, you know,
I couldn't get no Keefy coffee money from you, and you want me to give you $1,000? Are you fucking crazy? But so my point of all that is that it is rare to have somebody ride with you for 5 years, much less 13 or 14.
Well, we said in prison, if you get 5. You get 5, boy, you did good. If you get 5, you did great.
You did great.
You know, and I know a friend of mine. His wife told him straight up, "Listen, I can't do that. I don't do the jail thing. I'm not saying no money. I'm not coming to visit you. When you come home, you come out, we good. You know what I mean? But I think she was like 23, 24. She's like, I'm young. I'm not doing. He got 10 years. I'm not. I'm letting you know straight off the top. I'm not doing it. So most of the time, you're not going to get people to. But what my wife did, man, is unheard of.
So if you are watching this podcast through the Federal Prison Tips channel, it's through 700 ReEntry or through the ReEntry Podcast, and you have a loved one in federal or state prison, and you are on the fence or you're struggling to ride with them, then I highly suggest you get in contact with Man Up Ministries and talk to Miss Karen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are. She has been effective to the women that she's dealing with, that she's talking to now. People call her all the time. How'd you do it? And she just listens. I love her. She just listens, and she just listens. And
I heard that your wife would talk to other inmates on the phone.
Yeah.
While you were there.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have somebody to talk to,
well,
they could talk. Not like everybody, but
I had some guys that were like, how do you do it? They were having problems with their wives. They going crazy about their wife, and about she's leaving me. I think she's cheating and all. And my wife would talk to them, and then she would encourage them to give their wife or whoever her number. And she would talk to their wives. Some of them didn't have people to talk to, and they would, they talk to my wife. I'm not insecure by any means.
No, but I think it's a wonderful service.
It is
very giving. She's not the only strong woman in your life.
No, I have. I have a very strong support system. My sister's a pastor.
I love your sister.
She knows it too. I told her we were laughing.
Pastor Patrice.
Pastor Patrice she's an awesome woman. She's been through a lot. That's a whole nother story. You get her on your podcast. She was.
When she comes here for that event that we're going to talk about in a minute, she's going to come be on the podcast.
She was a crackhead. Pastor Patrice.
Pastor Patrice was a crackhead.
Pastor Patrice lost her first husband and went into drugs and was smoking crack, and she was selling dope, but she was smoking crack. Yeah, and she
Pastor Patrice.
Wait till you hear her story.
Holy smokes!
Wait till it's powerful. It's super powerful.
And now she's a pastor. In Queens.
She's a pastor. She's
a reputable pastor, because I met her and then I Googled her.
Yeah, she's a professor. She has a master's degree in theology. She's awesome.
And she's in Queens.
And my mom, I got my mom she's prayed me out of so much stuff, man. You guys know my story if you look at the podcast, 10 Toes and what podcast?
Honor Among Thieves. You're on both.
Thieves. If you look at that, you'll know my story too.
So, I did want to mention real quick, you're having a huge event here at 700 on next month.
Yes,
what date?
On November the 8th. We encourage everyone to come out. If you can't come out, donate, because every dollar is going straight to helping inmates, newly released inmates.
And what kind of things are you doing with the money?
These people, if you go on my website, you'll see that I have a inmate register. An inmate can register for help, monetary help, clothes, food, things of that nature. And then they have a sponsor sheet of someone who wants to sponsor an inmate, can sponsor an inmate and just take care of that person. It shows different packages of what inmates may need when they come home. You may need clothes, as I said. Your kids may need something. You may need transportation money. People need a lot of stuff when they come home, man, especially if you've been gone for a long time. And we want to try to help these inmates get themselves on the right track. Now, with that being said, let me say this. I'm not helping you to go live foul again.
No.
This is why we're starting from the inside out, because I want to know that these inmates want a better life. They want to come out and stay out. So we want to help you in any way that we can. So every dollar will go to keeping these men and women on the right track. I'm not going to give you we're not just giving money away and just giving stuff away. Okay, well, you need something here. And then you take that and go buy your package and tell them, flip this. No.
No, that's not the way that it works.
It's not what we're doing. We want to help.
We ain't investing in that.
No, we want to help.
So listen, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yes, sir.
I need $40 from you and Karen.
You need $40?
$40, and I'm going to tell you why.
That's it?
Because that's it.
Okay.
700 ReEntry and Federal Prison Tips are doing an angel tree.
Yes, sir.
And it is so that every single reentrant, whether it's a resident or on home confinement at the halfway house at Banyan, Riverside, and Dismiss, that if they have a child between 0 and 18, there is one present under the tree for each of their children from them. Because I know you dealt with this, because I dealt with it too. When you're in prison and when you're in the halfway house, there's somebody on the outside, hopefully, taking care of the kids, making sure they have the gifts and stuff. Right. But having that one gift from dad or mom who's locked up, that's from them. Because I did the angel tree thing in prison every year. Uh-huh. And it was some lame-ass gift, whatever. But my kid got the gift every year, and it was something different than what mom was doing. So we're doing an angel tree. We're doing it. What it is if they go to 700reentry.org and hit the angel tree button, they fill out a form that asks for their name, their register number, their kid's name and age, and it's as many kids as they have that are 0 to 18, and it's a $40 gift, whatever it is, whether it's a gift card to the Gap or Legos or whatever it is that they want. We will fulfill those gifts the 1st of December, and we're gonna have a party here on December 17th. 3 different parties, actually, because the halfway houses can't play nice together. But we're having 3 different Christmas parties. We're going to have Santa. It might be Eddie dressed up in a Santa suit. And he's going to give presents away to all the kids that are on the list. So I want you and Karen to sponsor one of the angel tree gifts.
I'm going to commit that Karen and I will sponsor $40. Man Up Ministry, Inc. will sponsor another $40.
Great. And we have complete details of that on 700reentry.org. Where can people, what time is the event, your event?
The event is at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Doors will open at 5 p.m. for people to come in. We will be having raffles. We raffling off a couple of big screen TVs.
I know. I seen them in the office today.
Yeah, we raffling off some TVs, and we're gonna do some raffles. We're gonna have some fun, man. It's good food. We're gonna have fun.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, if you are watching this from the 700 Reentry community, or you've been to any event here, you know what they rave about. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, Kyle, your story's so great," and I thank you for that. But you know what they really rave about? The food. The food at the 700 Reentry event, the food's off the chain. I don't personally let anybody else cater except our catering person, Jeanette.
I rave about
They are making, Jeanette and Karen are making their own menu for this event. It's going to be delectable. Yes, so come on down to 700 Reentry on Saturday, right? Saturday, November 8th.
Saturday, November 8th.
The festivities are going to start at 6, but the doors open at 5 p.m. Eastern time here at 700 East Dania Beach Boulevard. And every dollar donated is going to directly help somebody re-entering society. And, you know, here's the thing, though. What I love about this is that Cloyd is a good steward of the money, because he ain't going to take no shit. You're not going to go buy that. You're not going to go take money that Man Up gives you and buy a house and break it into 4 quarters and then break it down into 8 balls. No, that's not going to happen. But if you need a bus pass to get to work,
yes.
If you need a pair of non-slip shoes to work in the kitchen, all the I mean, there's re-entering is expensive.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, you need $40 for a light bill, because you can't. You go to work, and then, like you said, you get the envelopes and the bills, and you know, one of the things that Cloyd knows to talk about that Cloyd knows, and that I know from my time in federal prison, is that, you know, before you went into prison, even for me, because I was doing well before. it was nothing for me to go spend 10 racks on a weekend.
Come on, man. That's
Nothing. You know, fly to Las Vegas, fly to New York, see a show, get some blow, get some hook, whatever it is we were doing.
Yeah.
So when you get out of prison and now you have to go work for $17 an hour when you could make your week's check in an hour is a whole different world. It's a whole different discipline.
Yes.
And just to have organizations like 700 and Man Up Ministries to just call you to task is what some men and women need.
I'm gonna encourage all the listeners. I know if you have somebody or you know someone that's in prison that's about to be released, I'm gonna encourage you to contact Man Up Ministry Inc. and 700 ReEntry. Man Up Ministry Inc. Our website is manupministryinc.org.
manupministryinc.org. Before we go, we're going to wrap it up in a minute, but one of the things that I hear people talking about me, about you, about 700, about Man Up, and that I think me and you have had this conversation before, is that going through it, now I'm not going to fault anybody because you know what? We have some good halfway houses down here. Mm-hmm. We do. Dismas, Banyan, and Riverside are good, and they've got some great people. Dr. V is great. Felicia's great. Mr. O is great. Yes. Miss C is great. Everybody that is with and Michelle over at Riverside, they're great people. But what sets me and Cloyd and the people that we associate with apart is the authenticity. That we are not just glad handling somebody and doing something because it feels good.
That's right.
I sat in your shoes. I sat in your shoes 16 months ago, and Cloyd sat in your shoes 4 months ago. 4 months ago.
Yes.
And that is what ReEntry is all about.
That's what it's about. And man, listen, I started to interview guys coming back into prison. I started to interview them. They didn't even know I was interviewing them. I was just, let me ask you a question, bro. What was
the fuck happened?
What was missing? No, I want to know what was missing.
I forgot. We have this Kyle can't curse talk.
Yeah, you know.
What happened?
This is a ministry.
So the funniest thing happened. Me and Cloyd were at the same event the other day at Banyan, and everybody starts recognizing me anytime I go to an event around here, and they're like, "Hey, yo, Kyle, this dude want to talk to you." And they were talking from a jack at I don't want to say what prison. I don't want to get it all blown up. But the guy that wanted to talk to me was on my podcast when we were down the street in Hallandale in December. Talking about, I am never going back to prison again. And he had to call me from a jack. He's like, why haven't you reached out? Because you went back to prison. You're a super. He said, I don't want to imitate him because then you'll know who it is. But he said, you're a superstar now. Everybody's talking about you, and I can't get you to answer the phone.
Well, you know what the answer was when I asked all of the guys that came back what was missing, and this is where it all turned over for me. I said, they need help. We need help. The answer was the same every time. It said that there is no help.
There is no help.
So once I got out of the halfway house, I didn't know where to go, where I'm going.
That's what we are here for. Man Up Ministry Inc. and
right.
700 ReEntry. That's your phone, huh?
What's this thing?
Not the technical difficulties again. Okay, so that's what 700 and Man Up are all about, making sure that people have help when they get home. One more thing, let's go over it one more time. How do people get a hold of you?
Well, our website is manupministryinc.org.
And when is this? We're having a big event. It is the first big fundraiser for Man Up Ministries at 700 ReEntry on Saturday, November 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Doors open at 5. The food is going to be delectable. You can find out about some great organizations helping reentrants and their supporters, and support the community and what Cloyd and Miss Karen are doing with Man Up Ministry Inc., helping from the inside out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Join us next time for another episode of the ReEntry Podcast at reentrypodcast.com.